Manchester United lose 3-1 to West Ham United. And just before we get into everything, because you might still be Mourinho in, I just want to say this. After 7 games in the Premier League, Manchester United have got 10 points. This now replicates what David Moyes did at Manchester United. He had 10 points after 7 games. But David Moyes had played Chelsea, Liverpool and Manchester City in his first 7 games. This is year 3 for Jose Mourinho. And this is a manager who, whether you think the third year syndrome is just coincidence, he has absolutely lost the plot at Manchester United. 70 minutes gone, 2-0 down, takes Pogba and Martial off, who basically are playing in a formation that even Messi would fail in. Brings Mata and Fred on, who've got no pace at all. Madness. But the biggest madness of this king of Manchester United at the moment was the selection of Scott McTominay, who I plead, everybody please, don't destroy a young player's career. I don't think Scott McTominay's good enough for Manchester United, but he's been at the club since he was about 9 years of age. And since when is a player who's not played this season thrown in as centre-back for Manchester United? He played as a centre-back in a back 3. He was at fault for the first goal. He played everyone on offside, onside, and then he lost his man. We get ourselves back to 2-1. Mark Noble's got the ball with 6 Manchester United players in front of him, plays a simple pass to put Arnautovic through one-on-one because Scott McTominay can't see the danger and doesn't pick the man up. Lindelof, an international centre-back, gets subbed and Scott McTominay becomes part of the centre-back too. What the hell is Jose Mourinho doing with Manchester United? What are you doing? Eric Bailly's career didn't die for this. He's on the bench. And Scott McTominay is playing centre-back for Manchester United. And Eric Bailly is on the bench. And Lindelof is being subbed to keep McTominay on as centre-back. That is clueless. That is shockingly shit. It is absolutely crazy. We've lost that game because Scott McTominay played at centre-back. It's not the only reason we lost the game, but he cost us 2 goals. That's not his fault. That's Jose Mourinho. This is crazy. We are now at a situation at Manchester United where good players that Liverpool, Man City and Chelsea would consider starting are being benched or substituted because Jose Mourinho has lost the dressing room. He's lost the plot and he's lost the dressing room. He's having to rely on players that are just not good enough because he's lost the confidence of players that are good enough. He's lost the plot. Will he be sacked? Are you Mourinho in? Are you Mourinho out? Also, it's almost irrelevant to me. It's almost irrelevant to me because I don't believe this board has got the balls to do what it needs to do. It doesn't sack managers till it's too late. It doesn't sack managers until we've not mathematically got a possibility of getting the Champions League. I do not believe for 1 minute this board is going to sack Jose Mourinho. Whether it should do or it shouldn't do is, to me, it's abundantly clear that they should because he's lost the plot. He has lost the plot. Who goes to West Ham and from minute 1 plays a back 5 and a midfield 3 that's got 2 slow centre defensive midfielders in it? We had McTominay, Lindelof, Smalling as a back 3. Who the hell does that? Then we had Matic and Fellaini in front of them. And from minute 1 against West Ham, we sat back. We're 2-0 down at half time. We come out in the second half. He's still picking the same formation. With 20 minutes to go, he decides to change it. It's too late. It's absolutely too late. The approach to that game was absolutely unforgivable. It was a disgrace to the badge of Manchester United. But this was the quote that Jose Mourinho said yesterday, and I'm confused by this. I think we're going to play very well and win a very difficult match against a very good opponent. An opponent with great investment, with a champion manager, loads of experience and very talented players. Very difficult game, but I'm very positive. That was probably the most negative game I've ever seen approached by Jose Mourinho at Manchester United. He literally sat back from minute 1 and gifted the game to West Ham. It was stunningly, stunningly terrible. And we got totally what we deserved. We deserved to lose that game of football. I'm absolutely shocked. But will he be sacked? Should he be sacked? I think he should, but will they do it? No, I don't think they will. I really don't think they're going to get rid of him. But I cannot move past the fact that was amazing. That was an amazing 90 minutes. And he has now replicated what David Moyes did. I think it's our worst start to a Premier League season. This is not Arsenal and Wenger. This should not go on for decades and decades. The club need to take action now. When Eric Bailly, the best centre-back we've got, can't even get on the pitch. When Pogba and Martial are being substituted with 20 minutes to go when you're trying to win a game. When Fellaini, Matic, McTominay, Ashley Young are staying on the game when you're trying to win a game of football. It's gone. It's beyond broken. It is destructive. It is confusing. And I can't wait to see the fan cams from the away fans who've been so loyal to this man and has absolutely shit all over them. He's pulled you in. He's mugged you off. I mean, how did he get everyone back on side? Against Burnley, we played all out attacking. We won the game. Oh, he's going to change things. He's going to change things. What has he changed? What has he changed? Where is this, I'm going to play attacking football? We're really trying to play attacking football. You parked the bus against West Ham. You absolute fool. You parked the bus against West Ham United. Where is the justification to do that? A game we need to win. You park the bus against West Ham. You get everyone behind the ball. You play hoofball from David De Gea. What's the justification for that? How is that Manchester United? How is that ever what Manchester United should be doing? It is appalling. It's appalling. You can't defend it. I want to defend Jose Mourinho. I want to say, this is the manager. This is the right appointment. His record is unparalleled. He's the man to get us back on track. It's bad enough being played off the park by Wolves and Derby at Old Trafford. But to go to West Ham, who are terrible at home, and park the bus. Who are you? What is going on in your head? And to compound it by playing Scott McTominay at centre-back. What are you doing? What are you doing? And to take Pogba and Martial off at 20 minutes. Two of our best flair players. What are you doing? What are you doing to our club? Why are you doing it? It's absolutely ridiculous. And the football that we play is so ridiculously slow. It's so lethargic. It's so unbelievable. I'm almost lost for words, which, I'm never going to do. But the football was so slow. I mean, at times, Matic gets the ball. The build-up play is terrible. Ashley Young gets the ball, gets the opportunity to whip a cross in. The defenders don't like that. Lukaku and Fellaini are already in position. Whip the cross in early. He takes a touch, he loses the ball. Luke Shaw doing the same down the left-hand side. I don't know what we're doing on the training pitch. I don't know what Jose Mourinho is being paid to do. I don't know whether he's just ignoring what Michael Carrick, one of the most cultured English midfielders of the last 10 years. He can't be on side with that. He can't agree with the way we're approaching a game against West Ham. He can't agree with the way we did it against Derby and Wolves. Too many touches on the ball. Side-to-side passing. No, I can't think of a really decent chance we created in that game. I think Rashford's goal was good. It was slightly fortuitous. It was thinking outside the box. But, West Ham's defence hardly breaks sweat. What are we working on the training pitch? What are we working on? And how do you come into a game, your most important game of the season, and decide that Scott McTominay at centre-back is a good idea? How do you do that? You know what? If you're a rival fan, you must be absolutely loving it. But as a Manchester United fan, it's confusion. It's beyond despair. It's confusion. There is no logic to what we tried to do today. Oh, let's play Scott McTominay at centre-back. I've not played him all season. He's debatable about whether he's even a midfielder. But let's play him at centre-back. Let's not select international defenders that we've spent a lot of money on. Let's play Scott McTominay as a centre-back. That's the plan today. Let's sub Pogba and Martial. Let's keep Lukaku on when he's bang out of form. Let's keep Matic on, who was at fault for the second goal and was shit. Let's keep Fellaini on, who was redundant. Let's keep Ashley Young on, who was terrible. Let's not bring Ander Herrera on. It's a mess. It's an absolute mess. And I don't think West Ham will play an easier game than they have all season. Absolutely amazed by it. Oh, my life. The thing is that there is nothing to cling on to with that. There's no positivity. We're still in that same position, aren't we? What's the best formation? What's the philosophy? What's our approach to the next game? Will the manager be still here next season? Of course he will. Next game. Yes, he will. But the reality is, if you were in charge of Manchester United, please tell me how you justify keeping Mourinho now. I'm not here ranting Mourinho out to you because I know he won't get. I know we won't get rid of him. I know we're not going to get rid of Mourinho. It's factual. We're not going to do it. We're going to keep him. We're going to keep him at the club because this club does not sack people till it's mission impossible for the Champions League. But 10 points. I mean, if Liverpool or Chelsea win today, we're going to be double figures off top. But that's irrelevant. It's how many points we're going to. We could be in the bottom half of the league. And who have we played? You know what? You know what? When you look at it, who have we played in this first 7 games? Spurs at home. That's a game you should win. Brighton, West Ham, Wolves, Leicester, Burnley, Watford, and we've lost 3 games and we've drawn 1 and we've only won 3. 10 points from a possible 21. It's a disgrace. It's a disgraceful start to the season, and we are there to be ridiculed. But the reality is, I don't think many Manchester United fans will care about. Well, they will care about the ridicule, but I think it's the confusion that we feel. I think it's the lost feeling that we feel at this moment in time. I'm exhausted. The stress and anxiety is exhausting me, and I can only imagine it's making you feel the same. I don't even know where to start. You know, you talk about rants, you talk about anger. I don't even feel like that because I just don't know where to start. There's so much wrong. I don't even know where to start with it. I'm absolutely crestfallen. I think that whole approach to the game. Look, the reality is he's lost the players, and when you've lost the players, you've got to make a change. You're not coming back from that. You're not coming back from 10 points from 21. You're not coming back from a trouncing at West Ham. You're not coming back from the reality that the players aren't interested in you. You're not coming back from the fact that you've permanently lost a large proportion of the fan base. You're not coming back from this. The reality is we've got a manager who thinks Scott McTominay is better than Eric Bailly and Victor Lindelof. You've got a manager who thinks that taking off Pogba and Martial is a better option than taking off McTominay, Fellaini, Matic. You know, you've got a manager who a day before the game says we're going to win the game and play positively. You're not coming back from these things. The reality is our future now lies in the incompetence of our board because they are the people who hold our future in our hands, and that future is scary. It's scary. What needs to happen at Manchester United? We need to move the manager on. The board need to make a decision. Us as fans can shout Mourinho out. We can. I won't shout Mourinho out because I don't trust this board to do it. I think it's a wasted breath. I don't think they're going to do it. And I think we're in for a nightmare, an absolute nightmare. David says, I've never been more interested in watching United. Turned on the Ryder Cup at half-time. Valencia, Chelsea, Juventus, it's over. Jose out, says Robin Goddard. Canianta says, Jose is not the right guy. Look, his ego comes over the club. How can you be our best defender and play the youngster Scott in the centre? This man is killing us, really. Chris Joseph, Carrick, McKenna, body language tells you everything. Job for the next manager is going to be tough, says King Rensel. Manu Stu, why does Jose play so many players out of their natural position? No wonder we're in this state. The guy hasn't got a clue. Get rid. What a great way to start the day here in America, says Zeki. It's almost like Jose's looking for an easy payout, says Mark Dominic. I tell you what, I wouldn't disagree. Do you think we'll get Champions League next year, Armand? How can we? We're so far behind already and we haven't played many decent teams. Sometimes it feels like Jose's being so stubborn about not getting a centre-back that he'll play anyone there to prove his point. You know what? It almost does feel like. I mean, it feels like he's doing it on purpose now. The selections are just sabotage. It's sabotage what he's doing to the club. I think anybody who's got a business, understands football would sack him. But I don't trust this board to do it. I think it's going to get a lot worse before it gets better. Look, I need to go. I seriously don't feel well. I'm taking deep breaths. I seriously feel like I need to just take 10 minutes away, and then I'm going to come back and do a Skype show. I think if I carry on, I'm probably going to pass out. I feel absolutely exhausted, and I'm getting a bit of blurry vision. So I'm just going to take 10 minutes out, and then I'm going to come back and do a show and get your views. But I'm stunned. I feel absolutely wrecked by that. I can't understand it. It's crazy. Please do drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'm about to listen to Jose Mourinho, and I'll be back in about 20 minutes with a Skype call in. Smash the like, give us your comments. I'll see you in a minute. Oh, I feel fucking ill. I feel ill. Oh, it's going to finish me.